Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Matt Mad Dog Kelly with my lovely two co-hosts from the AEW Dynamite Review, Women's and Friends. Wow, we really got shortened that. That is so long. Anyway, I got Cactus Katie over here, and then down there is the Sheriff. Welcome, ladies. This is the AEW Dynasty. Oh my God! See, I'm saying all types of words here prediction show. And boy, what a card we have, ladies. Telling you, I'm actually probably more excited for this than WrestleMania in 2 weeks. And that's crazy to say, but I'm not, that hyped for Mania right now. Anyway, this card is stacked beyond belief, and Chris Jericho is gonna be on the card some way, somehow. So I'm super stoked for that, obviously. Um Anyway, so with further ado,
but we don't know where he's gonna land.
Right, right, correct. He's on the card somewhere.
If Mad
0
Dog had his
hour,
way, he'd
maybe
be in the main
card.
event.
So
sad.
I don't know. He's on the show, and I hope he retains, but I don't know. In my back of my mind, maybe he loses. But then again, they are plastering his face everywhere. Like everywhere they're going, Ring of Honor, his face is on there. So I don't think he's losing anytime soon. But anyway, so the first match,
we do know that he has the title versus mask match, but he's probably also going to show up for the AEW World Tag Team Championship with Big Bill and Brian Keith.
Yes, most likely, right? You think he would be there? I mean, he's gonna be there, so you think he's gonna be there. Now the question remains: will he interfere? I was thinking about that earlier today, and I don't know if
he
has
going to turned to be very involved. Not maybe in the bestest way. He's not so much a mentor anymore to these boys. They have graduated and has taken over, and now he can kind of be, as a mom, he babied them, they grew up, and now he can be his own person again, and those two are kind of let the birdies fly.
So what you're saying is that Chris Jericho is an empty nester.
He's an empty nester now. Exactly. That's why you haven't seen him. Maybe he'll retire.
No, he's not retiring anytime soon because they have Ring of Honor all over, by the way. Every poster, you got even the Atlantic City poster that's coming here in May, you got Chris Jericho on the poster. So not retiring anytime soon.
Last night, Cactus Kitty was back there just pushing buttons.
So she's trying, but it's okay. It's okay. I will defend him at 24/7, 7 days a week. Just like that 24/7 belt WWE did years ago. Not a great idea.
What happened to that belt? Did they
got rid of it? By the way, they did get rid of it. I think it was in 2022, I believe. Anyway, so the first match, I don't know what you ladies want to go into here.
What do you think the first match is going to be, Mad Dog?
I have no idea. We were just talking about this, ladies and gentlemen, and could be Tony Storm. But then again, they could open with the banger, though, and go Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega and the Triple Threat can open, too. Speedball Mike Bailey, he's kind of an opening
act. But that's a three-way match.
Right, but Ken Ricochet's an opener, though. I mean,
it's like
an opener.
You want to start with excitement,
I think it's going to be Daniel. I think it's going to be Daniel Garcia, Adam Cole.
Ooh,
Okay, let me see.
Well, I guess does it count as a rematch if they went to a time
limit draw? There it is.
Because Adam Cole did face him for the title before on Collision, but the time ran out and they went to a time limit draw. So this is going to be his second chance. Maybe they do start with that.
I agree with that.
Start with Tony Storm. Before we started, I was saying I think they would start with one of the women's matches, but Mercedes and Julia Hart is double heel. It's two. I don't think they would start with two heels in a match, so I would go Tony Storm and Megan Bayne.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'll pull it up here real quick.
I would not be. It's literally going to be
there. It is Tony Storm, Megan Bayne.
I would not be surprised if it's either Tony Storm or it's going to be Daniel Garcia. Because Daniel Garcia, Adam Cole is going to be one of the first matches.
Right.
I think. I don't think it's going to be the second half.
Their match is gonna be super it's gonna go super long. I think. Well, not super long, but it's gonna be one of the longer matches. I think.
Well,
just because they went to a time limit draw last time. So.
Don't we
know
also
about
have
that? I mean, this time, I think they're gonna do it a lot shorter. In my opinion, what do you think, Cactus? Do you think they're gonna go longer or shorter with the match?
I think it's gonna be longer, and
You do?
I
Okay.
think. But I think, we also have the Owen Hart Cup qualifying matches in here. So
I don't know if that's going to open, though, right?
I don't think it's going to open.
I feel like I have just a strong feeling Kenny Omega's going to open. I feel like just because Ricochet and Speedball are just opening acts.
That's true.
That's just how I feel.
I mean, point, it could be Will Ospreay and Kevin Knight. That's a good point.
I don't think so. Will Ospreay's going to be middle of the card for sure.
I'm placing my bets on. I'm placing my bets on Tony Storm though. But do we?
Tony Storm.
Let's just.
I got Daniel Garcia, and you think it's gonna be what, Mad Dog?
Me, I'm definitely sticking with the triple threat: Kenny Omega, Speedball, King Cream, Ricochet, Crybaby Boy, whatever his name is these days. I don't know. He goes, he goes different name every day. I'm always on Twitter scrolling through, and he always has some sort of rant. So,
Anyways,
so if we're gonna talk about this match, I do have to ask, who do you guys think's going to win the match between the triple threat match? Let's just start there. Yes.
Well, online, source being the Sports Skeeda. Skeeda? Maybe that's what it is.
Not a great source.
Not the greatest, but yeah.
Okay. Well, most of the they're all saying that the opening may be Will Ospreay, but we've already did our predictions, and we're going to stick with those and move on from there. So, all right, which one are we talking about now?
The triple threat match.
I can go first, in terms of predictions.
Please.
Just because, Kenny returned not that long ago. He won the title not that long ago.
Right.
However, I am gonna do a spicy prediction. Maybe they give it to Ricochet. One, because his heel run is going so well, and what better way to send his heat over the top than for him to beat their debut act in Mike Bailey, who's a fan favorite. People were really, really like him, and they were really anticipating him to come in. And also the returning Kenny Omega. It's a Cinderella story. Almost died. He's back, and he's the champion, right? Just for Ricochet to come in, and of course he's gonna cheat to win. He's gonna be despicable. And the thing I like about his character is he's not afraid to be an asshole. He's not afraid to be a douchebag. I can see him stealing the win, and then booze raining down, and then he's your new champion, and he's one of your top heels in the company. That is a spicy prediction for me. I'm gonna go with Rick O'Shea.
Okay, Cactus, what do you think about the match? The triple threat.
I don't think they're gonna take it away from Kenny Omega. I think it's gonna be Kenny Omega. He's too new. He's got too much power in the company.
Meta prediction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. Kenny Omega's not losing this belt. I've been looking it up all day, videos and sources everywhere have been saying Kenny's retaining this belt. And honestly, this is for the best because
I thought about this.
Fernando's got Bailey. See, we got some spicy
Bailey. Okay,
he's kind of new to the company.
I don't know. I feel like
think if this was all if this was a little bit farther into the year, maybe. But people just brought his name out there. I think it's,
and that's why they're gonna be big mad when Ricochet wins.
I don't know. Like I said, I think Kenny Omega is going to retain this
I think it's
thing,
going to be Kenny
and
Omega this time,
I think it's
leading
going to
into All
go
In.
further into something more with somebody else. I don't know, maybe somebody returning, maybe a certain Orange Cassidy or a certain Darby Allin. Kenny goes in for the business for himself, turns heel after this, maybe.
I miss Darby Allin.
Yeah, I
I
know
need
you
him
do.
back.
I know you do. That's
Climb
why I
up
brought him
Mount
up.
Everest and
Freaking
go tell him
mountain.
that.
He is. He
Let's
is
get off
still.
the
He'll be in All in Texas though. He was there not too long ago when they did this All in Texas conference thing. I think it was. He
Oh, he's off
was
the mountain?
there. So
He's off the mountain?
he was there. But I think that was like 2 months ago. So there you go. Yeah. He'll be back in what?
Is
I
there
think they're
no
doing
like
that in July, right?
documentary on this? I mean, come
Yeah,
on.
he is. Tony Khan actually gave him money to go film documentary. I think it's
What?
going to be on Max. I'm not
Not a
kidding.
chance. Not a
I am
chance,
not
Tony.
kidding. I am not joking. I
I
read
wouldn't be
that
surprised.
somewhere. I'm not
Tony Khan.
kidding.
I would hate to be his financial advisor. Okay, I would probably kick myself in the ass every single
Yeah,
night if I was his financial advisor.
I agree. I would. Yeah. Just here, let's give Darby money to go climb Mount Everest, and then on top of that, give money for a documentary. On top of that, so
That we
right. So
hear
what's
nothing about.
the right? So what's the next match you ladies want to talk about here?
Ooh. Okay. So let's talk about our three openers. We talked about the AEW International Championship.
Yep.
Let's go with Miss Sheriff's AEW Women's World Championship. So these are title matches, okay?
They are.
All these potential openers. Let's see. Timeless Tony Storm and Megan Bayne. If she didn't just kind of reinstate herself, I would say Megan Bayne's winning this.
Right.
But you gotta think, this is Dynasty. This is not All In. So, last pay-per-view, we had very, very little title changes. I think we had one title
There's usually
change.
always at least
One
one.
title change, yeah.
That was it. So I feel like we're due for a title change, but I am not strong in my prediction here. I don't know. I really should pull up our like the bets, but
They have bets. Yeah, I mean, I guess they
I'm
do.
sure
Right?
there are.
DraftKings.
I love Megan too.
I agree. I love Megan
it's
Bayne
too
too.
soon.
Yeah, but it is.
Not too soon in that she's not good enough. I don't think she's established enough in the company.
Not yet.
Just yet. But
I think she will.
She's a great competitor though. For the title, because if it wasn't clear, I obviously think Toni Storm is gonna retain. Based on the promos that she's given and the way that her character is transformed, I think she's gonna run the gauntlet. Meaning she's gonna be a fighting champion and she's gonna basically be facing an assortment of different competitors, which is kind of similar to what Mariah May did, but unfortunately Mariah, she didn't get to face a lot of big time names because at the time AEW didn't have a lot of top baby faces for the women. All their top stars were heels. So unfortunately for Mariah, she didn't get the same. But there's a lot of heels for Toni Storm to run through, and they are going to have her get all of the feuds, all of the matches out. Megan Bayne is just one of them. So she's going to face Megan Bayne, and then she's going to move. I would love to see her face Britt. I don't know if she's ever coming back. But, and if she did come back,
Brett.
I don't know that it would be. It
Who's
might
that?
be as a heel.
Who's that?
Britt Baker.
Who's that?
AMD.
Who's that?
Because what was her name in WWE? Oh wait, it was Britt Baker for the hot second. She was there.
Yeah, I'm just saying who's that because we haven't seen her in what months, maybe even like half a year now. I mean,
Hi Maria.
you know,
So yeah, I'm going with Tony.
I'm just saying, yeah. This is definitely more Tony time here.
Well,
for
the
sure.
odds are negative 1,000 for Toni Storm right now. So
that's wrong.
She's a favorite.
No,
she's the favorite for sure.
Listen,
So,
here's the deal. I'm gonna throw it out here, right? I was rewatching last night's show. We did the Dynamite show. Go
already
check
good for
that out.
you, Mad
Yeah, of
Dog.
course, of course, of course, always, always. Anyway, so I was rewatching it, and EC, myself, and even the sheriff down there agreed that the money match is Mercedes Monet versus Tony Storm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's face it, Mercedes is going to give up the TBS championship probably to Athena. I don't know when. Maybe they'll do that in All In. Maybe they'll do that before. I don't know. But I know for a fact, maybe Forbidden Door. I don't know when they're going to give that up. I have no idea. But, I know for a fact, though, your money match is Mercedes and Tony. And that's when Mercedes will win that belt. She'll win the world championship.
And that's why I also say Tony's going to keep it for a while,
Yeah.
because
She
Mercedes
has
has
to
get rid of that belt, and it's going to be a little while before she does that. Athena will eventually take it, maybe, like you said, All In. So Tony's got some time till then.
I agree. I agree. So, what's the next match you ladies want to discuss? There's so much on this
We
card.
just we're
what
going
was
with
mine? Yeah. Oh, Daniel Garcia and
yeah.
Adam Cole.
Bring that up
Adam
here.
Cole.
Bring that
Bang
up.
bang.
Here.
Bang bang.
That's a name you can say, Adam Cole.
Okay. Anyway, yeah.
Generic.
There we go. And there's a bunch of Adams running around in
Oh my
Too
god,
many.
they all look alike.
They do. Page, Cop Out, what's his name? Adam Cole. Then they all start
Adam
with
Copeland.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Adam
yeah.
Cole.
Adam Copeland, Adam Page.
No, yeah. What do you ladies think? Do you think Adam Cole's gonna win?
Yes.
No.
Really? Okay, I want to. Okay, I want to
Split
start with
decision
Sheriff,
here.
and
Whoa.
I'm going with Garcia as well, real quick.
Fernando.
I do want to get your
So
opinion.
we're 2-2. So Fernando and Cactus Katie says Adam Cole. Me and
I'm
Mad Dog
saying Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Maria says Adam Cole too.
Okay, what do you guys think? Do you guys think about this match? You guys were just telling me a couple minutes ago this match might go longer than you guys think. So what do you
I
guys think?
I think this
there's
is
a
going
lot
to
of
be
interest in here.
It's going to be a back and forth match. Adam Cole could win. I just don't see it. I think no. I was thinking about changing my prediction. I'm going with Daniel Garcia.
You won.
Just because
this
I think
would be a title change if Adam Cole won. This would be
it would be the first. Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, and Adam Cole is long overdue for a title, but that's partly due to injury and his own doing. I think Daniel Garcia doesn't drop the title to Adam Cole. I think if anything, he drops the title to someone else, like maybe Mike Bailey, or I don't think Adam Cole is in a position where they should put a title on him. As much as it pains me to say I like Adam Cole, I think it would be a waste of a title change to put it on Adam Cole right now. Don't shoot me, Adam Cole fans. I'm sorry.
I know. But I feel like Daniel Garcia winning the title in the first place was a little preempted. I think it was not
interesting.
The best option.
You don't think he was ready yet?
I don't think his name was strong enough for the title. I didn't even remember he had a title right now.
Wait, do you watch Collision?
Not as much.
I think that's they and that's something I noticed that they've done. They've probably because it's the one thing that's kind of still on TNT. They relegated him to that's his show. Like he's the champion, which makes sense. He's the champion of TNT, so he's the champion of Collision. So if you don't watch Collision, you probably do forget about.
There you go,
Mr. Daniel Garcia. Yeah.
Isn't hitting. That makes
I'll say this
difference.
The Collision when I do watch
Collision,
that is true. That is true.
But I think it does say a lot about his title reign that it hasn't reinvigorated, I guess, interest into Collision. Because I actually like that they do that. If you're the TNT champion, it's your job to make people want to tune in on TNT and watch Collision. So, there you go. See it. You didn't do it. You didn't do it. Yeah.
But that isn't that. It can go both ways. it can say that he didn't do his job, and Adam Cole he's got a whole chant behind him. Wouldn't
He
Daniel
does.
Garcia
He
have behind
does.
him?
It is pretty
Maybe.
cool. It is pretty
Yeah.
cool that he does, right? I'm
Um,
not gonna lie.
so
I saw
he
him live
is more
once.
likely to get
Dynasty.
people
Dynamite was
to watch
cool.
Collision.
I
I
watched
mean, this is
Collision.
all very.
So I
You
know
are our
about this.
host.
Yeah, I think
I am.
Collision has been
I am
okay. It's on
I am.
Saturdays, and I'm not really
Um,
watching TV on Saturdays.
Actually, breaking today. Oh God, EC's backstage. I gotta talk to him after the show. He's not gonna like this.
He's been there.
Breaking today, they're moving Collision due to WWE's PLEs. I don't know when this will happen, but
What?
yeah, they're moving them to Thursday night. So we're definitely gonna have to talk about that. Now that just broke today.
I
I
didn't
was
know that.
shocked when I heard the news. So WWE actually won again because they're giving up on Saturday nights. Not yet. Still catch us this Saturday, 10:15 p.m. After Collision. We'll be doing the review.
Wait, their
You and I, but
PLEs have been on Saturday for a while though. Now.
correct. And
But
Collision's been
Tony
going
Khan's
head to head
tired of
against them.
competing.
Correct.
Uh
And
huh.
the week of WrestleMania. This is what starts this whole thing, right? I'll just say it here.
Quick rant.
This just starts this whole thing is WrestleMania weekend. They moved it to a Thursday. The Collision's now going to be on a Thursday, because of Mania weekend. And then after that, I have no idea when they're going to move the show, but they're moving the show to Thursday nights. Because they don't want to compete with WWE on the PLEs, and Saturday night main events when WWE hosts them. From what I read.
That actually okay. That makes sense because
Mhm.
well, back when I used to watch, because their pay per views used to be they were pay per views back then. The PLEs now they used to be on Sundays, but if it's on Saturdays and Collision is on Saturdays, they have to compete like every month with their pay per views. I
Correct.
didn't even think of that. That's a good point.
Yes, and that's why they're moving the show. So that's breaking here on this show.
That's what I was saying before. I don't watch no TV on Saturdays. As good as Collision has been, but it is partly like they can't compete with Collision can compete with a PLE.
No,
and they shouldn't. If they are, then WWE's doing something wrong. So I guess it's
WrestleMania, man. I mean, no way they can compete. It's 2-night WrestleMania. It's the big what do they call it? The showcase of the Immortals, I believe. I'm not WWE. I mean, I'm a wrestling guy, so yeah, they do call it
the showcase of give me your
but yes, so the next
all right,
thing.
So we've talked about all our openers.
Yes.
Okay. What do you think will be next in line? I'm thinking that Owen Hart is going to be smack in the middle.
Women's or men's?
Ooh. I think they're going to do men's first.
Okay, let me see if I can bring that up. I have no idea.
I think that's going to be the Will Ospreay, Kevin Knight. What do you think, Sheriff? Do you think they're
going to if we go with mine, which is Tony and Megan first, I think after that they would go into maybe Jericho if he's on the main card. He's on the main
card. I thought about that when I was going over the list. It could have been Chris Jericho next if he doesn't move to a 0 hour.
There we go. So yeah, if he's not on 0 hour, I'll go Tony and Megan, and then Bandito and Jericho.
What do you think about the World Tag Team Learning Tree Hurt Syndicate, though?
No, we're not going to talk about.
I think that one's going to be towards the middle, but they're going to move it away from the trios match. So, that's a good point. I think maybe the tag team match might be potentially second to last. Potentially.
Ooh, really? Okay, I'm thinking Mercedes is going maybe last. I mean, not second to last.
Well, you mean not you mean main event?
Mercedes is going.
You think Mercedes
and Julia Hart is not going to be the main event.
I never said it was. Moxley and Swerve is the main event. I said deep 100%. Into the card, maybe the semi.
Oh, I thought you said last.
I said Moxley and Swerve are last. I said one of the last
you mean
matches.
Out of the Owen Hart matches? Yes, I think Mercedes is going to go
They're gonna
after
go
Will.
pretty late in the. I agree with that. They're gonna
Yeah.
go pretty late in the
Mercedes is
tag.
gonna win the damn tournament. I agree with DC from last night. Mercedes will win the damn tournament. Take the belt off of Tony Storm. I mean, no one thinks this really. I mean, this is obvious. It's the money match. Come on, CEO, CEO. No. Oh
Nope.
God. Okay.
I want to
Oh
see a
man, I
female.
don't
Well,
wish
you
it
know what? It
was
probably is
okay.
gonna be
All
against.
right, you would do it with me anyway. But no, look, yeah, Mercedes is gonna win this. But anyway, so the men's match. I want to go back to that for a
Yeah,
minute
let's talk
here.
about Will Ospreay and Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight
Well,
is
bed
a
spring.
big up
He's
and
new.
coming
He's new. He's new,
person.
right?
Yeah,
He
he
was
is
what just signed
very
2 weeks
new.
ago.
That's all really good. He ain't beating Will Ospreay now.
What do you guys think about Kyle Fletcher? I know Kyle Fletcher. Everyone says he might go far into this tournament. Do you think that's the case?
Yeah, I don't think they will do him and Will again. They've kind of run that well. Well, they might. I think that
He
would
did
be.
it. That was a great steel cage
I think
match.
that would be a
I
mistake.
think it's gonna be Will Ospreay, Hangman Page.
I agree. Or the wild card.
Okay.
I do think.
No.
I do think Cal Fletcher will beat Briscoe, and then I
Okay.
do think that whoever he faces in the second round will beat him, whether that's Hangman or the wild card. And then I think obviously Will Ospreay will go to the finals. So.
What do you guys think about Brody and Takeshita? I'll say the name right. Don't worry, Cactus. I got you. Takeshita. I don't know how you say his first name, but you know, Takeshita, that's how I know it. What do you guys think about that? Who do you think's gonna win that?
Takeshita.
Brody or Takeshita? Yeah, I agree with that too. What do you think, Sheriff? Do you think Takeshita or Brody's gonna win to go on?
Who me?
Brody.
Oh,
What?
really? Okay.
Yeah, it's the Brody King and Takeshita. Thank you, Malachi Black, by the way, for putting Brody King over. I shouted him out last night in our show, just letting everyone know. So, and the other ones, Kevin Knight, Will Ospreay. I think Will Ospreay's winning this whole damn thing, right? Well, what do you ladies think? I don't know. Maybe the wild card. I don't know.
I think
Maybe.
Will is winning the whole thing too.
Yeah. What do you think, Cactus? You think Will's gonna win the whole?
When do we find out who the wild card is?
I guess tomorrow or Sunday, right?
Yeah.
I guess. And then if they do the match Sunday, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. But, you know, I wonder if the wild card's going to be Darby. Darby comes back. He can win the damn thing.
Could also be
yeah.
Jack Perry.
It could be Jack Perry, too. You know, our favorite scapegoat. You know,
The big
driving the
scapegoat.
bus.
Yeah.
You know, that was one of my favorite things he did, by the
I
way.
mean,
Darby
it
drove
could be
bus.
a lot of people. There's a lot of people that have been quiet in the back. I mean, we have the Jackson brothers. We have.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember those guys, the Young Bucks, the best tag team in the world. And EVPs, by the way.
I would not be
Fernando says
surprised
Josh Alexander.
Ooh.
Sorry,
Josh
guys.
Alexander. Okay.
You know what? I would not be surprised, knowing Tony Khan, that the brothers come back after the match as a shock leading into All In.
You mean after the match is over?
After the tag team match is over.
Oh, I see.
The tag team match. Okay. Yeah. The tag match. Okay.
And that leads
they want to
to
reclaim
a
the
big
titles.
match. Yep. Because they had to give them up.
Well, we got to remember, Private Party still wants their titles back, so we got to see what they do.
They could be the ones to come back too.
You wouldn't know because the party's private, Mad Dog.
Who the hell? Who is the hell is Private Party? Never heard of them. Just like those guys
Private Party
called Top Flight. Yeah, no, never heard of them neither. Anyway, so I want to get in before we run a commercial because we're halfway through the show.
Yes,
I just want to bring up here. This I want to make sure I'm doing the right things here because I'm like I said. So I want to talk about this match and then we're gonna run our first commercial, ladies and gentlemen. What do you ladies think about this Owen Hart tournament here? I'm gonna take this down so you guys can see that there.
Mercedes is the belt collector, so maybe she's
going to the finals for sure.
She's winning
all
the
the
whole
way
damn
through.
thing. I agree. I
Yeah,
agree. I
she's
agree.
going all the way
I
through.
made it
So,
funny.
who is she gonna have? Can you pull that back up real quick, Mad Dog? Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
give
you
me
mean
a second.
who's she gonna
Yeah.
face in the
In the
finals?
finals on the other
Yeah,
side.
I got it.
I
Well,
think Jamie
there we
Hayter.
go.
But she's had so many matches with her already. I think
Wait,
it's
wait,
gonna
wait.
be Thunder Rosa.
No, I agree with Sheriff.
Ooh,
I
it
think
could
it's gonna
be
be Jamie.
Billy.
No, I don't think they're gonna go down that route
Hayter
again.
needs to be. She deserves to be back in the world because she never really lost the title. She
Why
got
is there
injured.
no? Oh,
But
she is there. Harley Cameron.
She's
Oh,
there.
but they're on
She's
the
there.
same side.
yeah,
So, do you
poor
guys think
Harley.
that Harley
Chris
Cameron,
Statlander too. Don't forget about her. Don't sleep on her
Do
or
we think
Thunder
Harley
Rosa.
what?
Harley Cameron will beat Athena?
Not a chance.
No, Athena's winning that match for
Love you, Harley,
sure.
but not a
Yeah.
chance. Yeah, yeah. Jamie needs some direction. And
She
Jamie,
needs some direction for sure.
Jamie to me still seems very. She still has a lot of legitimacy to her, especially because she never lost the title. And so I think she needs to keep winning to maintain that legitimacy. And I think she will eventually get back into the title picture. So, Athena winning it all, I'd like to see it. That's what I said last time. I think, but Mercedes is the belt collector. Maybe they go ahead and like give Mercedes another belt to collect, and then they'll give Athena the yes title.
CEO, CEO. Come on, come on, come on.
That's gonna be a huge match right there.
Can't take that off.
Athena versus
Come on.
Monet.
There we go. Okay. Yeah. Jay Hater, Renee. That's who I got. Mercedes winning the whole damn thing. Okay. Let's see here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are halfway through the show. When we are halfway through the show, we are going to run a quick commercial here, and we will be right back with our AEW Dynasty predictions. I almost said Dynamite. I swear to God. 2025. So we will be right back.
I was like,
"Oh shit!
Is he really?"
What?
Oh, fuck.
Move! Don't you eat my food? Move, guys! Move! Get your ass upstairs!
What is going on?
Okay. My dog.
The dog speaks English? What? What you got Pluto? You got Goofy over there? Who's some other talking dogs over there? He said move, and the dog talked back like, "Fuck out of here! Let me get a bite."
Yeah. Was I the only one that heard the dog say "run them pockets"?
Oh my God, Jey Uso. Jey Uso totally let his brother down. Last week I asked you a question.
What is wrong with you?
He's a horrible brother.
I'm asking you a simple.
I swear to God.
Question. What is wrong with you? Why do you say such off the wall, off the chain thing?
Hold on, talk about. I agree with Steven.
Thank you.
He is a horrible twin. He let his brother get the shit beat out of him.
Thank you.
You not see the man zip tied?
Man, look, everybody knows if you hold on, guess what? Everybody knows if you want to pop zip ties, you roll them joints over, then you go under, and then pow.
Everybody knows that. Hello.
No,
it's a known fact.
I'm sorry. For those of people who have not been arrested, how are we going to know that? How are we going to know that?
Bro,
hey, you guys need to live an exciting life like I lived to know that. Then how about that?
Willie, everybody knows this, right? Ask your dog. Go ahead.
No, hey, come here, Louis. You know that?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was our. I am going to sell it this time. That was our rated R review show on Monday nights. We forgot to do that last night. When I was watching the show back this morning, we forgot to sell the shows, and I was going to do it. And yeah, no one else did. So, but thank God we mentioned them at the end of the show. Like we'll do later tonight. But yes, that was our rated R review show.
We also we forgot to sell our UPR OnlyFans.
Oh yeah. We still have one of those.
That too, I guess.
We still have one of those.
I wasn't invited for an OnlyFan. For UPR
they didn't invite you to the UPR. Come on now, come on. That's going in the HR report. Don't worry, Cactus.
You would have thought
Yeah, exactly. Don't worry, Cactus Katie.
Let me
write in the HR report.
Yes.
Thank you.
So that's our
Appreciate it.
radar review. Make sure you catch them. And what leads do you want to talk about next? This is the next question I have for everybody. What's next?
All right.
Halfway through this thing.
Well, let's do Mad Dog a solid. Let's talk Jericho.
I know. That's what I was
Yay! Finally.
All right.
Come on, Jericho.
I mean, I have to do
You'll
this.
You'll be happy to hear that I do predict Jericho.
Who did that? I didn't do that. Who did that? That must have been Cactus.
Yeah.
My goodness. My goodness. Wow. I see how it is. I see how it
had to be done.
Had to be done. You know what? The floor is yours, Mr. Kelly.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So this match is masked for a title. I don't have a picture. It's driving me nuts. It drove me nuts all day. So maybe they'll move this thing to 0 hour. Who the hell knows? But Jericho, I disagree. I don't know why they would plaster his face all over every single damn poster of Ring of Honor if he was losing the belt tomorrow.
It's called meta, Mad Dog. It's called meta. They know what you want to see.
I mean, listen. No, it's not. He's a big draw for Ring of Honor right now. Like you said, he's on his own solo, so I believe he retains. But
solo called a solo boat.
Solo.
He's on the boat.
Well, I'm outnumbered here, but it's okay.
Oh, you hear that, Jeffrey? Bandino's winning, Kelly. I do see Jericho retaining as well.
Let me see what the odds are here.
Yeah,
bad guy Jack.
Yeah.
The bad guy.
Maybe,
but I don't know why they would plaster his face all over the.
They aren't even considering it as a betting odd.
Oh, this is a good point. He can't lose his mask. That's a good point. See, you know what? That stipulation gave away the finish. Bandito's winning. Yay.
I hope not, because I think it would be a better storyline if Chris Jericho retains this title, obviously, and then Bandito does lose the mask, and then it goes into a bigger storyline.
But that would change his whole character
on the thing. Well, I mean, that sometimes characters have to change. So we'll see about that one. But what else do you guys think here?
Crickets.
What match? I was talking about the next match. I mean, my goodness. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
What's
up with the next match?
What happened?
You want to go to the Death Riders versus FTR?
Rated FTR. Ooh.
There, that is.
I have another spicy prediction.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm thinking another. I'm taking rated FTR.
I agree. What do you think, Cactus? I know Edge is your favorite, or Cope, or Cop Out, whatever you want to say. I know they're your favorite. He's your favorite, so.
Nope.
And FTR's your favorite boys, right? From where are they? South Carolina,
they are from Asheville. Yes,
that's right.
All about supporting Asheville and those boys, but they picked the wrong tree to come against.
Turning heel.
Well,
okay.
FTR has got some bad storms in their boat right now. I mean, they're struggling. So
and there's cracks showing between them as a team.
There is.
I still think we're getting another.
I think they're gonna lose. I don't think so. I think they're gonna cause each other as an issue to lose it to the Death Riders.
Yeah, I think Jeffrey's saying the same thing. That's actually a solid prediction, to be fair.
Yeah,
partners. Yeah, that is.
So.
But I mean, this whole match is going to be good. Hopefully, I'm hoping this is going to be a good match. But honestly, now, after everything, maybe I don't know. It's for me, it's weird because it's like, yes, I see the Death Riders winning, but I also been hearing all day that, they need to give up the belts because Jon Moxley's retaining the thing at the end of the day. So
I think
don't know.
the
It's tough
Death
for
Riders
me,
losing the trios titles opens the door for Moxley losing the world title. So they that is going to come before the latter. So they need to drop the title soon. And I do think Moxley dropping the title is imminent. So they need to get the Death Riders away from the trios title at some point.
I mean, we all know that this is going to be the main card event, but let's talk about it now. Okay?
Oh, yeah, sure.
We're in the depth of it.
Because we're in the trenches.
We're in the trenches
here you
of
go.
this.
We're just going all around here, guys.
Has the closest odds. Okay, guys. This has a negative 200 to 125. It is so close here. They can't even tell us. The odds are not telling us here what's going to happen.
So a lot of people think Swerve is going to win.
Right.
It is a 50% difference.
Oh,
or a 50-point difference. It is that close. Compared to Tony Storm versus Mega Man, it's a 500 difference.
I think that is a testament to how legit they've kept Swerve even since he's lost the title. Because, what goes up must come down. After losing the title, he had to put a couple people over that. That makes sense. But it didn't hurt his stature in the way that people see him, which he's having this has kind of made his career. This run that Swerve is on. And I actually... hot take. I thought he should have beat Bryan Danielson, me personally. I thought he should have retired him.
Oh, I think so too.
Well,
I don't think they had to do it.
That one. That's so true. This is going to be a bloody battle for sure.
I would not be mad
to bloody battle.
I would not be mad that Hangman is going to help Swerve win the AEW and kill the death. Did you guys see that segment they did where Swerve didn't apologize, but he kind of admitted he was wrong?
I was just thinking
that.
Like,
he was wrong.
Yeah.
Takes to be a bigger man sometimes.
Hangman's gonna come out and
it pays to be man sometimes. I want Swerve to win. I can see it.
I actually believe, in my opinion, Hangman's going to help out Jon Moxley to screw over Swerve Strickland. Moxley's not dropping
I don't think Swerve is going to win.
Everybody wants Swerve to win this damn match. I mean, and the odds are on Swerve. The fans are on Swerve. Everything's on Swerve.
No, the odds are not for Swerve. They're for John.
The fans are definitely behind Swerve. From when I was reading for Sportopedia, they said fans are behind Strickland. I was reading the same thing you were reading 20 minutes ago. So I believe that we're getting the Jon Moxley, Adam Page helps him retain the belt. What do you think?
Yes, I do think that Swerve is going to lose. I do think Hangman Adam Page is going to get involved. I'm not entirely sure how. I see him, maybe he tries to help, but he accidentally doesn't help, and then that leads to more tension between him and Swerve. How much more tension could there be? Who the fuck knows? But the burned my house down, spoke to my kid. There's so much tension. But Swerve is not going to
I had to do it, he said.
If he is going to win, it's not going to be now. It'll be in some kind of rematch. But this match for right now, he's gonna swerve and right into a loss. I'm sorry, he's gonna.
Yeah. I agree with you, Sheriff. I think Moxley's definitely retained this thing. I think Hangman's definitely going to be a factor, but I also think another factor of this thing, depending the other way goes, right, with the Death Riders losing or not losing, I still think Mox is going to retain no matter what, because him and Will Ospreay is going to be the big match at All In, I believe. So
I have a question. Do you guys think Christian is gonna make use of his little
think he's the wild card?
You mean
there's a wild card in that Tournament Heart tournament? Think he's the wild card?
Oh, that's true too. If he is the wild card,
yeah.
Oh,
I don't know what's going on here. Okay.
Mad Dog is in the Illuminati confirmed.
I don't know what's happening. I guess someone's a fan of Christian. I guess Cactus is a big fan of Christian. Now that is amazing news. So am I, by the way. He's great, isn't he? Picture.
Maria said it with her chest. Swerve is going to win.
I
don't know.
want
You know what?
to win.
We're like 3 days out, guys. There's a lot of stuff to happen.
There is.
Okay.
And my next question I got for you ladies, do you think the Death Riders are going to get involved? Depending on which way the trios goes, will they get involved? Will Marina Shavir get involved? Cactus is on
They
here.
always do.
I know.
They always do.
You know,
There's no chance they don't.
But like I was saying though about the the whole match. I don't know. I think Moxley, with Paige and with the Death Riders, it's just too. The odds are stacked against Strickland for sure. And remember, Prince Nana left Swerve side last night too. What was that all about? No one caught that. I don't think we even talked about that last night. So this is just the odds are not in his favor.
Did she get shoot hurt? Did she get shoot hurt?
Yeah. She did. Yeah. I heard about that today.
Is that like legit?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. Reports have said that she's hurt and will be out. There was also, I think, another report of Jay White being the wild card in the Owen Hart tournament. Now, this wild card, they want to bring this up. Hold on. He's not going to be. He's hurt for real and has to get surgery. He's not going to be. He was supposed to be in the match. And there was supposed to be no wild card. There was no supposed to be wild card. It was Jay White. He was supposed to be, and then it ended up getting screwed over. So he's out for, I don't know. They said maybe months.
Surgery?
Yeah.
Damn, Jay.
Surgery, yeah.
That sucked. He was building a lot of momentum too. I would have loved to see him win the title. Oh wow, that's
he had a lot of momentum too.
The comeback is going to be epic on the bright side, I guess.
He's going to win the championship eventually.
One day.
I know Cap's going to love hearing that from us there. But he's going to win the championship eventually. But he's injured right now.
We have one more match. That's it. One more match, guys.
Okay.
Wait, is that true?
Yeah.
Did we
really talk about everybody? Who?
Mercedes and Julia. Oh, we did, because we said Mercedes was going to win it. Never mind.
Yeah. That all we have is the Hurt Syndicate and Big Bill and Brian Keith. That's it.
The Hurt Syndicate. Obviously.
Yeah.
Yes.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not going to lie.
We did this whole show in 48 minutes, but this show is probably going to go 48 hours. Knowing AEW.
Yeah, it's going to be a long
6.5 hours because we don't know ladies and gentlemen, we do not know the zero hour. If we did, we would talk about it. But knowing AEW, they're going to announce it either Sunday morning or Saturday night. If they do Saturday night, maybe Z and I will cover it. But right now, we have nothing.
You know what? To this point by Fernando, because MJF wanted the Hurt Syndicate to work with them. And then the Hurt Syndicate was like, we don't need you, basically, right? Maybe MJF helps them retain to prove, you do need me. And now you owe me, that kind of thing.
Because that is very, very much a MJF move.
I agree, Hurt Syndicate.
I agree.
This is a good point. I do think MJF will get involved, but he will probably help the Hurt Syndicate.
He wants to help them, right? This whole thing's a business. This whole thing, right? Yes. So I think, but what will be in it for MJF down the long term?
He gets
people to watch his back because that's his thing right now. He's trying to find
nobody to watch his
so
back.
that he can go up against Moxley, who has the Death Riders. Yeah.
Okay, and what if the wild card, let's just, shoot it off here, is Cedric Alexander from WWE, the guy who used to be in the Hurt business with those two other guys.
That would be funny.
That would be insane. And he's going to get added to the group because he used to be in the former group. And
you're not going to do that because
I don't think they're going to do that.
I don't think so. They put Cesaro and Moxley together. They both were WWE superstars. Cesaro and
because
Ambrose.
if Cedric was gonna come in, because you said it was supposed to be Jay White, right? So
it was supposed to be Jay White. They weren't supposed to have a wild card.
Yeah, so if they didn't plan for Cedric, it probably won't be him. Also, I think we spoke about this behind the scenes. I would be shocked to see Cedric go to AEW because of the Big Swole thing.
Money talks.
Louder than your wife saying that the company was racist. I don't know.
You're right. You're right.
You know what? Then again, time heals all wounds.
I mean, no, you're absolutely right. But Lashley and Shelton and MVP are all AEW, and everybody said Lashley was never going AEW. He's tag team champions in AEW. Probably not losing that belt. I think they're going to retain.
It's a very different company than what it was during that time.
But I do think after this match, ladies and gentlemen, maybe the Young Bucks show up. Not in the Owen Hart tournament. They show up to be contenders against the Hurt Syndicate. You need somebody to, show their dominance against, these guys. And the Young Bucks
need to build up some goodwill. People really hate them.
I know, and I love them. The greatest EVPs of all time, Sheriff. I agree.
They're one of the best tech, and they're innovative. There's no
tag team in the world besides the Usos, by the way.
Y'all gotta chill, bro. I think it's I think they became kind of a scapegoat. Word to Jack Perry, sorry. They became kind of a scapegoat for a lot of what happened during the Dark Ages.
Look, I agree with you completely, Sharp. I'm not going to lie. I believe that the Young Bucks kind of took the fall, and now they're on a nice vacation. But I feel like it's time for them to come back, because I feel like the tag team has been kind of, besides the Outrunners, and we saw that already, and we saw a couple other teams. They versed Top Flight, they versed this one, they versed. Who else do they really got besides the Young Bucks? I mean, who's really competitors?
The thing is, they put up. Well, they have the Acclaimed. Even though I think they kind of broke up.
They're apart now. I thought Mr. Know-It-All is all on his own. Whatever the hell his name is.
Max Caster, the greatest wrestler in the world.
Mr. Nobody.
Yeah, because they had a stacked tag.
Trash.
Who
was that?
He is trash.
They had a stacked tag division for a while.
He's absolutely right.
It's time for, like I said before, time heals all wounds. It's time for a Young Bucks get back, and I think that whole situation probably really hurt the company for a lot of different reasons, but mainly because it involved basically all of their top guys that they rely on to pull for the company. So when I guess you sour goodwill against like all your top guys, Punk was there at the time. Say what you want, a lot of the audience soured on him. The Young Bucks, a lot of the audience soured on him. Kenny Omega soured on him. Hangman Adam Page soured on him, all because of that one situation. So I think that was a terrible, perfect storm of badness for the company. So
I agree. What do you think, Cactus? Who do you think's gonna happen real quick before we wrap up? Because we're almost done with this. This is almost over.
We are. I mean, we've completed all of the match cards that
not much. Honestly, I thought it'd be more, but
I mean, we had a lot come out last night. I mean, there was only 4 prior to
and now there's 8. Now there's 8
that was a lot
confirmed, including the Jericho match.
I mean, there may be still more to come on Collision on Saturday.
I think so.
It happened before.
I agree because now Tony Khan likes to do this thing saying, let's build the card and make this thing 7 hours to watch. Now, I hate sitting there for 7 hours. I think it's way too damn long. I love the WWE format, Sheriff. It's more like 3 to 4 hours sometimes. Lately, some of them have been around 2.5 hours.
Well, you have to realize the difference is that AEW is asking you for like $50, $60.
Right.
So they need to give you, your money's worth. WWE, you get a smooth $10. You get 5 matches, some promos, like you get a host. Like it's a different style of like what they're selling. It's all about personal taste. Yeah.
I agree with that. So, ladies and gentlemen, this comes to the end of our show. But before we end our show, there is always something for everybody here at UPR. I hope I'm doing this right, because like I said, this is the first time I'm doing this. God, I'm actually going to keep it up because, I'm going to do that. So we have a bunch of shows, and I believe Chris told me this week that Mike Knox is taking a couple weeks off, but you can always catch him on Mondays when he comes back. He's at 6 p.m. on Mondays. Like I said, he told me I think he's taking a couple weeks off. So when he comes back, make sure you catch him 6 p.m. on Mondays. At 10:45 p.m. we got the Rated R Review Show executive consultant Steve Willie Beeman, Big Daddy King, Big Daddy Cool now. By the way, he wore a crown the other night when I was watching it, so I called him out on that. So who took that down? I was trying to read through this. I don't know where that is.
It's a
Anyway.
timer, hun.
Oh, it's a timer. Oh, I see. I didn't even know. And it's funny because I learned how to loop. Anyway, so AEW Women All Elite show. That's kind of what you're watching now. All Elite Women and Friends. I'm the friend tonight again. And then you have the top 5 predictions. That's what you're actually watching now. And then on Saturday is a double dose of Z, and that is the SmackDown review show, the SmackDown Penitentiary. Z is silent, and Vic. And then you can catch myself and Z again, the double dose of Z, Saturday nights on Collision for now, until we possibly move to Thursdays. And here's the entertainment shows. We have a bunch of stuff. I think Daredevil is going into its last 2 episodes, of Jack was telling me, so I got to talk to him about that. But I know they're doing that, I think, on Wednesday nights. I think catch them at 7:30. We have the Federation Tuesday movie reviews. I think that's on Tuesday nights. Around 8:30. We have the Millie, I think show, Millie Blaze show. I think that's how you say it. Mike's gonna kill me. That's okay. And that's basically them reviewing Power Book, Raising King. Great show, by the way. Check that out Thursdays, I believe, around 7. And then you have the Federation Tuesdays. They review a movie every Tuesday. Make sure you check that out. Then we have the challenge. I believe that's with Cap Shay and Mike Knox. I believe that's
Wednesdays.
After the challenge. I think around Wednesdays. I think around 9 o'clock. He told me. Yep. And then tonight on Thursdays we have the Wolfpack movie reviews. I think tonight's movie, you go can check that out now. I believe it was Blade 2. So I think that is everything we have here. Do you ladies have any final thoughts before we wrap up our show tonight? On what's gonna happen?
No,
sure, you good? Okay.
Just join our Patreon. We're gonna start doing some watch-alongs and things like that. There's always new stuff coming on to that, so please join and get the latest news from UPR. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We will check with you guys next week. Have a good week. And
you guys Saturday.
Toodaloo.